Hello, and welcome to the advanced topic in management in times of corona recession crisis. We will talk about working from home or remote work.
But then, when we talk about home office, some questions appear. What is home office? How can you manage stress? How can you distribute the time? Is it possible to be more productive? Both pictures we will show here are home office, just different work environments. How can organizations, managers, and team leaders keep team productivity up? There are a lot of views and opinions relating to home office and what could people will be actually doing. Many companies all over the world have changed its work environment to home, and yes, everyone has an own opinion on it. Some people love working from home and encourage others to do so, but also other people will say the opposite. Now, we will talk about the employer view and how many jobs can be done at home. This can vary between cities and countries, but what we can infer from this graphic is that developing economies and emerging markets might face a greater challenge in continuing to work during the periods of social distancing. Quoting Matt Mullenbeck, I believe that talent and intelligence are equally distributed throughout the world, but opportunity is not. With this, he meant that as long as the employee fulfills their task, he doesn't care where they are. The idea is to give people autonomy when they do their job. Tips to work from home. Document everything. Decisions that have been made, where were you, communication online, and share everything. Use tools that enable collaboration. Create face-to-face time. It is important to connect people and that everyone is on the same page. And give people the flexibility to make their own work environment. Pros and cons of office hours. In the office, people often get interrupted by completing their work. Managers and the meetings are the main problem. Even when doing an important task, it has to be interrupted by the meeting. It is advisable to switch from active communication and collaboration to more passive models using things like email or instant messages. These things are also very distracting, but distracting at the time of your own choice. Home office and remote work offers a lot of opportunities. The organization has to take this opportunity and be efficient and productive. Working from home comes with some challenges. And here we have 9 steps to hold work meetings and connect people, even online. First, clarify the purpose of your virtual meeting. It might not be the same as the live meeting. What is the most important for this group? Second, use everyone's environment to feel the contextless of virtual gatherings. Invite people to share their working space, to share a place that has meaning for them. Third, have a clear host who knows how to use the mute button. Even if it's the meeting for one or many, it is important to clarify who is hosting the meeting. Fourth, create an opening ritual. Open the meeting with a common share moment. 5, share digitally. Videos, media, use all new resources. 6, allow people busy moments. At the end, home office is at home. 7, don't break it up. Host different conversations in different rooms. 8, don't ditch the cocktail hour. Invite people to bring a drink. 9, and last but not least, keep calm and gather on. Home office will stay important after the crisis, and setting up your team for success during the COVID-19 crisis is easier than you think. First, check in and provide support. Support your workers emotionally, show you care about them. Second, clarify how you will work individually and together, what responses time are reasonable, and how to handle family situations. Third, don't forget the big pictures, what's happening with other stakeholders and the company in general. These are 6 steps how managers can support remote employees. First, bridge distance through frequent connections. Second, for possible concerns, blast through questions with office hours. Third, provide stability through consistent rituals. This is good to have an structure. 4. Enhance safety through clear boundaries and invite others to do the same. 5. Stay ahead of the game by inviting problems, not just solutions. And 6. Enable capacity through feedback and guidance. In these times, it's very easy to assume that remote workers are lazy. But don't worry if you don't get a text from them every 5 minutes. You have to trust them. And main of all, make them feel that they belong to the company. They will value their recognition and they will be more motivated to work with you and from you. Now let's talk about technologies used in remote work to keep productive and inclusive at home. There are different views in remote work, and the same applies for technology usages. 90% of managers indicate that they pay attention of the people's need when it comes to introducing new technologies. 53% of staff say the same. This could be an issue because the amount of work is increasing. The employees could use technologies they are not comfortable with. And even a bigger issue is when it comes to people who prefer face-to-face communication rather than virtual communication. There is still uncertainty in how home office influences employees' well-being. As we can see in the next graph from Perry et al., 2 studies testing the demand control person model. High emotional stability in employees reports at the same time high level of autonomy and experience the lower level of exhausting when performing remote work. In the same way, all employees who are emotionally stable and highly autonomous are less disengaged when working remotely. Tech overview. There are now many different technologies that have different purposes. This is a fast-changing industry and there will be changes. Therefore, new products will be launched. This picture here might be different in some months or years. Zoom boom through Corona crisis. To visualize the magnitude of this change, data on Zoom user can help us. As you can see in the graphic, even though companies could use different products and not only Zoom. During this hard time, there are also many remote techs that can support us to keep productive and inclusive when we work at home. Here are some recently most frequently used apps. Although we're not in real life, these apps can still fully meet our necessary working requirements, like video calling, online collaboration, webinar holding, and live streaming. Corona globally introduced big change on the traditional working style, and the internet is now keeping catalyzing the change. So now, we show you 7 tech tools that are changing the world of remote work. Maybe you have worked with them already. Slack is a communication tool. A lot of startups use this tool, and it is also used by some chairs at our university. It offers the possibility to create groups or one-on-one chats. Zoom. It is a video conference app. Help maintaining workforce engagement. Offer the possibility for screen sharing or creating breakout rooms. And create a feeling of inclusion. G Suite from Google can manage your calendar and collaborate in real time through Google Sheets, Google Slides, and Google Docs. Jira. Task management, mostly used in software development or a classic task development tool. Microsoft Teams is a successor of Skype for Business. Offer instant messaging, screen sharing, and video conference call. You can also create group works in Teams. Happio, tool designed for remote workforce. Work as a company internal network, offering channel for communication to employees. And Airtable is a new tool to organize work and can be integrated with different apps and tools.
To help stop the spreading of the COVID-19, we were asked to stay at home and limit our social interactions. Therefore, our home turns into our office. How do we stay productive and creative and also achieve a work-life balance? Here are some tips. First, about communication. Home office is not an excuse to isolate yourself from your team. Now that we have less face-to-face contact, we'd better find other ways to compensate lost interactions. Keeping yourselves always on track and accessible during working time with short online chats or virtual meetings is very helpful. However, when doing text chat, we should be careful about the tone, since the written text lacks intonation and face expression, which can lead to misunderstanding easily. Besides, receiving tasks and giving support happens frequently. To be multitask and productive, we should learn to set priority based on the urgency and importance of different tasks. If we were asked for support, also don't forget about thinking of its reasonability. Being flexible is important as well. The best way is keeping your calendar up to date. Then your colleagues will know how you organize your time. Second aspect is about time management. To better manage our time, we can seek some help from some apps. When you search for the keyword time management in App Store, there will be a plenty of results. Just pick up one that best appeals you. Also, it would be better to strategically shut down our social media, and this allows less interruptions to your work. And the most important part is always keeping flexible. This requires you to keep contact, frequently update your progress, and adjust your schedule. Thirdly, consider about differentiation. Try to differentiate your time and space. To be productive, sticking to your schedule is the key. Force yourself finish a task in a certain time block. Furthermore, set strong boundaries between working time and living time. Fun time is for having fun, and work time is for working, or it will incur a negative emotion. And if you can manage boundaries well, negative emotion can turn to a positive one. When you work at home, also try to differentiate your working space from your living space and differentiate your working tasks from your living tasks. This can keep you concentrated for a long time and thus be more productive and creative. If you have children, home office will become even more challenging, but we still have some tips for you to get relief. Firstly, try to cooperate with your living partners. Align your schedules in advance and take care of children in turn. Also, don't forget to encourage each other from time to time. Secondly, try to suggest and arrange some breaks during long meetings. Use these breaks to check your children if they are okay, and also don't forget to give yourself a cup of warm coffee. Thirdly, give your children their own study space and tasks. Do it just like you differentiate your working space and time. This not only to help children become productive and creative in their study, but also help yourself take better care of them. To apply this method, you should support your children make their own schedules and align theirs with yours. Environmental stimulation can always play a key role to influence your feeling, and the function of a working space is always more important than just making a room solely beautiful. The following picture is a good example which includes some key elements for a good working space at home. First of all, move your desk close to the window where it has the natural light that can calm you down and make you delightful. Secondly, always give adequate light using lamps. This can keep you awake when day turns dark and is good for your eyesight. Thirdly, put some green around you. Plants can make you relax and always fresh your mind. Fourthly, try to apply some ergonomic rules. A comfortable chair or a best height desk is good for you, psychologically and physically. And create a space, especially for your working documents, to separate your work from living. The next point is create a comfy space for yourself to relax, think, and wait during working breaks. Last but not least, you should customize your own working space, since only you know what you really like and how can make yourself concentrate or relax. Hope this video can help you to achieve a good experience when working at home during this hard corona time. Thank you so much for your attention.